Hey sister, this is Dr. Karen Osborne. Listen, I'm going to talk to you for 30 seconds before this episode begins about my next Women Wanting More live event. This is 2.5 days of women just like you being pushed physically, mentally, emotionally, getting really clear on what they want, knowing why it matters, and leave with the tools to actually put that into action and being part of a sisterhood. So if this is something that really, really resonates within your heart, sister, I want you to head over to drkarenosborne.com, click on the Work With Me button, and we can start the application process. I look forward to hearing from you. Here's that episode.
Do you want more? More time, more balance, more love, more sex, more money, more real, and less bullshit? This is the Women Wanting More podcast with Dr. Karen Osborne. Real life, real stories, plus real tips to get you more of what you want.
So, sister, let me explain to you why your mind is a liar. My mind is too, so is the next person, so is the next person. But your mind is a liar. The fear we have inside, the I'm not enough, not good enough, can't do this, not ready, don't have the money, don't have the time, don't have the resources, just can't do it. All those things that you've heard your mind tell you over the years, and my mind said the exact same thing, are lies. Lies. We have something called this primitive reptile lizard brain. And it's part of our brain that's still there, and that was designed to protect us. So in primal times, we were being chased by wild animals, we could react, right? We had to have that sympathetic part of our nervous system, that fight or flight part of our nervous system to protect us. So we had to know if we were being chased by the saber-toothed tiger, like we had to go, right? So that stress response that's within us as human beings is necessary. It was necessary for survival. Because if we didn't get out of the way, then we might be that animal's dinner. But here's the thing. We still have that part of our nerve system. And yes, we still need it in times. But for a lot of us, that sympathetic fight or flight is turned on almost constantly. Constantly in a state of stress. Constantly having our mind tell us things which are just lies. And the craziest thing is that I bet you've never even inquired into that. Is this thing that my mind is saying, is it actually true? Is this true? Your mind will tell you to not do things out of fear. Doesn't want you to do some of these things. Wants you to play it safe. Don't run towards a saber-toothed tiger. Like, just play small, hang back, protect yourself. If you've seen the movie The Croods, and if you haven't, whether you have kids or not, great kids movie. At the very beginning of the movie, they are one of the few remaining families that have survived all these different things. This is in primal caveman days. And so the dad teaches them to be fearful of everything. That's the way that they've survived, right, was that. But I'm going to suggest to you then, sister, that there is still that piece that's in many of us that may even be within you of, I can't do this. Fear, doubt, worry, concern. The mind is a liar. It's a liar. It wants you to play small. Want you to play small. It's crazy, right? You would think, well, God, it wants me to do big things. And no, it wants to protect you from anything that things might go wrong. Because remember, it's still in the land of saber-toothed tigers. Your mind is a liar. We take these things at face value. And here's something interesting that I'm going to give some clarification about. I talk about something called the voice, which my coach has taught me. It's that inner knowing, right? It's that intuition, it's that spidey sense, it's what you know to be true, right? The voice. And people sometimes will say to me, and I'll actually have a link to a podcast episode. I went into this deep, but like, how do I know if it's fear and how do I know if it's really the voice? So here's a really simple thing. Fear / your mind is a liar will tell you not to do certain things. Don't do this, don't do that. You're not ready, you're not enough. The voice is very action-based. Action-based. So I'll give you an example. I remember when my husband and I came out here to Victoria, where we just moved, not even 4 months ago, from Alberta, Canada. And we decided that we wanted to move out to BC. We thought. We'd only been to Victoria, I think 2 times, very brief. Thought, this is a cool city where, right on the ocean, you've got mountains and it's international airport, close to bigger city, Vancouver, and so we can easily travel. We felt even though we both grew up on the East Coast, that we were just becoming more West Coast people. Like this was really us. And so we flew down on a Friday, come out for the weekend. We're like, oh yeah, like romantic weekend, no kids, it's gonna be great. And check this out and see this is where we want to actually move our family. And we're on the plane, and I'm like, I feel kind of nauseous. Now, I am not someone who gets sick often, like at all. So I'm like, well, whatever, let's get some water and stuff. No, the nausea just kind of started to persist. And it got worse and worse and worse. We get into Victoria, get a rental car, we're driving, and it's talking to me, and I'm just like, honey, I can't talk. I got the window rolled down. Like just getting some fresh air. Like I'm going, uh-oh, this is not gonna go down well. We get to the hotel. And just as Ed's kind of getting the key and finishing up with checking us in, I run to the front desk and go, where's the bathroom? Run to the bathroom. Luckily it was around the corner and I just start barfing. So that continued on for most of the night. Hey, awesome start to the romantic weekend, and we're gonna look at neighborhoods and homes, and so here's something crazy. Now, I could take a look at that and go, oh, this is a sign. I'm not supposed to do this. Maybe this isn't meant to be. I could have played all those stories. But I got rest that night. The barfing stopped eventually. Got up the next morning, still feeling pretty shaky. And we started walking just outside of our hotel. So let's go get some coffee. Ton of really cool local coffee shops. Let's just go find one. So we walk maybe a block across the street. I see this beautiful hotel. It's like all glass and everything. Funky little coffee place. But before we even find that, I turn to Ed and I look at the hotel and I go, this is where I'm going to have my first Women Wanting More live event. Okay? Crazy. Now, I knew I wanted to do a live event at some point. But it was like in the future sometime. There was no date, there was no, urgency to it. But it was the voice speaking through like, this is the place. And yes, I did have my live event there. Fast forward to, was it 4 months after that, in October of 2016, so just about 4 weeks ago, we had that live event. The voice. Now, fear, once I said that, went in, got the information from the hotel, and just know, like at this point too, we didn't even know if we were moving here or not. Like everything was so up in the air. Nothing was solid. Went to the hotel, got the contact information, started the conversation by email when we got home. And it's maybe 2-3 weeks later, had the date in place, room booked, hotel room blocked. It's like, all right, I'm ready. Super excited, put down the deposit, need to do. And then what happened? My mind started to take over. It was like that excitement lasted for a couple days, and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta feel this thing. I gotta get women to come out. And then so here's the mind is a liar part of it. Oh my God, what have I done? What the fuck? We don't even know like when we're moving out here. Like, how am I gonna make this work? I'm not ready to do this. There's too much going on. Mind is a liar. Mind is a liar. It wants you to play small. It wants you to play it safe. But the thing is listen to this, sister. We do not live in the days of the saber-toothed tiger anymore. You do not have to play small. I'm going to suggest to you that playing safe is actually risky. Holding back is robbing the world of the gifts and the talents that you have. Shrinking means you don't get to really fulfill who you were supposed to become and the lives that you are to affect and the legacy that you're to leave with your time here on the planet. Your mind is a liar, sister. Do not believe the bullshit that is telling you. So here is your more tip for today. Where right now is your mind telling you to play small and not do something in your life? Maybe it's something within your marriage. Maybe you just really want to have that honest conversation with your husband about what you want and need, but you are afraid of rejection, of ridicule, of him not understanding you, of I don't want to rock the boat, right? So maybe it's your marriage. Maybe it is with your business. Maybe there's something you really want to take a jump and do something different or switch up your message or leave a job you have and actually start up a business. Where is it right now that your mind is lying to you? And I want you to journal about that and just really inquire into it. Because see, when my mind said like, holy shit, now you're on the hook for this live event, like what the fuck have you done? You've never, like we taught workshops all the time at the chiropractic office, but a 2.5 day event where people have to fly in, totally different than, hey, I'm speaking at a corporation or they're coming to a local bookstore to hear us speak, or we've rented a place, an event, and a few different speakers, like totally different to go like 2.5 days. Away from spouse, away from kids, away from work. So my mind that was saying like, you cannot do this. Who are you? You don't have the time. You're not ready yet. You should have held back. And when I really started to question these things, I realized that I was like, who am I? I'm fucking me. And I can do this. I got this. And I'm not ready. I will become ready. And I'm not enough to speak and lead these women. Fuck that. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So where, again, is your mind lying to you? And then I want you to spend 5-10 minutes journaling, like really, like, is that true? Like really question that. Insight that you get from that, I want you to share that up with me. I haven't heard from some of you in a little bit of time. I used to ask this all the time, and I got lots of feedback, like, don't shrink, don't be in the shadows. I'm here for you, sister. So once you've done this exercise, I want you to send me an email, drkaren@drkarenosborne.com, or you can go to the website, drkarenosborne.com, and message me through the contact page. But let me know what's come up, sister. So you could take this episode and be really content with the insight, be like, oh man, that's so true. Yes, Karen. Oh my God, I got it. And then do nothing. Or you can actually do this more tip and take action and apply it to your life. Love you either way, sister. But door number 2 is going to actually get you somewhere. Door number 1 is going to keep you stuck. So which do you want? Which do you want? And if you don't already subscribe to the Women Wanting More newsletter, I want you to head over right now to drkarenosborne.com and make sure to enter your name and email. There's a few different areas where it actually will pop up for you to subscribe to the newsletter. So you can be part of this Women Wanting More tribe and sisterhood. I'm going to connect with you daily with the podcast episodes. videos I've produced. You're going to get VIP access to my book coming out in 2017, all my masterclass webinars, my live events. So make sure to head over to drkarenosborn.com, enter in your name and email, and I will get you hooked up on that today. So I will talk to the next episode, sister. A life of more is just one step away from you doing the fucking work every single day. I love and appreciate you.
To get the show notes of each Women Wanting More episode, including the How to Get More tip, subscribe to the newsletter at drkarenosborn.com/newsletter.